What's up, guys? This is Heath and
Ryden Dirty.
Ryden Dirty, and we are Inherited Obsession. It has been, I don't know, a week since we brought you our last video. Been busy with a real 9 to 5, but got a cool video to bring you tonight. It's going to be an interesting one. The reason it's going to be a little different is because we got two colorways of the same shoe that we're going to show you. Ryden got his favorite one, right? Favorite colorway in the Kyrie 3. And I have one of my favorites in the Kyrie 3. So one of my favorites in the Kyrie 3, correct. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let Ryden get into it.
So the reason I got this shoe is it was a really big surprise. At school, I've been behaving really well, and yeah. So tonight I got this surprise. My dad threw it in the closet real quick, and I had to go get it. So yeah, I'm gonna get right into the shoe. One thing I really like is how it's got all the details on it.
Cool box.
Yeah, and the Kyrie
Irving.
Initials, and this 2 lines stands for the I and that stands for the K, and then it's got his 3 for the Kyrie 3 and Kyrie Irving. And here is the shoe. I have the Kyrie 3 red. A lot of people call it the Kyrie 3 candy apple, and I like candy apple better, and it was my favorite colorway, so I really wanted it. And I'm going to show you my favorite details on the shoe. One of them is, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's got his signature on the back of the tongue, and that's really cool that it has a signature on the shoe. One thing that it has on the adults and doesn't have it on the kids is it Nike Zoom on the back. Mine just says Nike because mine doesn't have Nike Zoom and adults do. And see, it doesn't have the clear window showing the zoom. So a part that me and him noticed was right here. It had the names Elizabeth and Azuri, and that Azuri is his daughter and Elizabeth is his grandma, and that's just really cool that it has that kind of detail on the shoe. I really like the shiny Nike swoosh. It's cool. I'm surprised it has this on a kid's shoe, but when you take a picture or something, this is 3M tape, this Nike swoosh. That's cool to have on a kid's shoe to me.
Because it does what? What does the 3M do?
It shines when you take a picture of it. It turns white.
It reflects light, yeah. Cool.
And it's cool how it has these on the higher sole, I would say. It has little dots, paint spilt on it, and I just thought that was cool.
Really good looking shoe. Anything else?
No. That's it about the shoe.
Right on. So yeah, like he said, kind of cool. We got to surprise me and his mom today. Got to surprise him with his Kyrie 3. We definitely. I love doing this because it's something that obviously we love shoes, but really just as much as I love shoes, I love doing this because it's something that me and my boy can do together and share our passion in shoes. So but I will say I feel bad sometimes because just obviously I'm an adult, I work, I have a little more money. It seems like we're always reviewing my shoes. I mean, he's got, don't get me wrong, he's got 4 pair of Jordans right there, 5 pair of Jordans right there. He's got the Kyrie 3 now. He's definitely not hurting on his shoe game for an 8-year-old kid. But you know, compared to everything I got sitting here, it definitely seems like we're always, you know, reviewing shoes that I got. So it was really cool today, like I said, to be able to surprise him with this. And like he mentioned, the reason he got this surprise was, you know, he was having a few behavioral issues in school the past couple months. Definitely not academic issues, because he's super smart, actually the smartest in his class. So he gets bored, the teacher says. So, you know, like any 8-year-old kid's gonna do, he talks, you know, gets in a little bit of trouble. So, you know, we've been really working on that, and I got a call this week from the guidance counselor, and we get a report every day, and it's been good for weeks now, but it's been so good recently that I actually got a call at work from his guidance counselor, which any parent out there knows usually that's scary to get a call from the school. But I literally got a call from the guidance counselor just to say how good my little man has been, you know, doing in school. And, you know, as a parent, y'all know, you know, nothing makes you prouder when you get a call like that. So really proud of my little man. I was already proud of him, but this is just another reason for me and his mom to be super proud of him. So I wanted to go out today and surprise him with a shoe. He's mentioned that he loved this Kyrie 3 colorway. It was dropping this weekend. So we took advantage and surprised him. I hid it in the closet. You know, the kid's box is kind of shaped like a 12-pack of soda. So I told him to go in the pantry in the kitchen, grab me that 12-pack of soda in the plastic grocery bag, bring it into me in the living room. And yeah, so that's what he did. He brought it to the living room, opened it up, and bam, it's not soda, it's a Kyrie 3, and he flipped. And again, as parents know, you literally get just as excited living through your kid's excitement and seeing that smile on his face and that excitement on his face. You know, that makes you just as happy as you getting a shoe. So yeah, so that's all on that. I know a lot of y'all don't have kids, so y'all are probably getting bored right now, but I just wanted to touch on that because me and mom are super proud of little man. So moving forward, he already touched on the box. So my colorway is part of the summer pack, and it is we don't need that. Is the part of the summer pack? It is the Kyrie 3 Ivory. As you can see, everybody knows white is summer color. It's the color to wear during summer. So
is it actually called summer pack?
Yeah, it is part of the summer pack. Nike actually had a summer pack, so like the PG1, Bone, Cream, whatever you want to call that one, is part of it. The Kyrie 3 Ivory, and a few others. But basically, it's your white, low-top summer shoes, the shoes that you want to rock during the summer. And out of all the summer pack, this was my favorite. So I picked this up last week, and like I said, just haven't had a chance to do a review on it yet. But it actually gave me a chance to wear the shoe a little bit before reviewing it, which is something that we don't always get to do. So before I get into the tech, he kind of already touched on a lot of the cosmetics, and mine's pretty much the exact same, but white. So before I get into the tech, I'll just tell you how I felt wearing it all week. It is, and a lot of other people that has reviewed this shoe has said the same thing. It is kind of a hard shoe to get your foot into because the midfoot is super narrow, but it widens out in the forefoot, and you know, once you get past that midfoot, slipping your foot in there, you know, it's super comf. So it's kind of deceiving at first, but once you get your foot in there, give it a chance. It's a super comfortable shoe. I will say, for the first time in a long time, I actually had to go up a half size. It does run true to size. I'm typically a 10.5. I could have wore this in a 10.5, but I don't really ball that much, especially, you know, really getting it on the court. I don't really ball that much anymore, so mostly I'm going to be just rocking this shoe more as a casual wear. So even though I could have went in the 10.5, I went up a half size for the comfort because, like I said, I'm not going to be hooping in it that much. So yeah, I mean, try it on, see, you know, what's best for you. I will say if you you have that super wide fat foot, this might not be the shoe for you just because that midfoot is super narrow. So again, if you are interested in the shoe, I would definitely, this would be one I would go to the shoe store. It should be easy to find. It's not a Jordan Retro or nothing. Try it on. I would not order this shoe straight off the internet anywhere without trying it on first. So with all that being said, getting into a little bit of the tech, because like I said, this is, this was made to hoop in. It was made for Kyrie. So a lot of tech in it, for the price. I mean, there's definitely shoes out there, a lot more tech, but for the price point, which is $120 for the adult, which these days, that is a super, awesome price point, especially for what you get with a shoe, comparing it to the 200 plus, Jordans and LeBrons that are pushing 200 nowadays. You get a lot for this shoe. So, like I said, you have the real narrow midfoot. It widens out in the forefoot, and that is to really get that lockdown when you're cutting back and forth on the court, which everybody knows that crazy cutback Kyrie does, and because he cuts so hard, the sole of the shoe, it's kind of different in the aspect that it wraps up. The actual sole wraps up on the side, and that's because if you've watched Kyrie play, he breaks ankles. I mean, he has that crazy, crossover that he literally is on the side of his foot when he cuts, or he stops to cut the other way. So, like I said, this shoe was designed for him. That's why the sole comes up on the side. Again, because he cuts so hard, he needs a shoe that gives superb lockdown. So that's why it's really wide here, or widens back out in the forefoot. It also has the fly wire in the wider part of the lace section right here. Again, for that extra lockdown if you want it. And then as you go up above the two first eyelets with the fly wire, you get into more of just the normal eyelets. Other than that, tech-wise, we do, like Ryden mentioned earlier, in the adult model, we have the Nike Zoom in the heel. And it's got the little zoom unit window right there, which is kind of a cool feature. It's the plastic window. It actually has his initials on the outer part of the window, and inside that little window, it's actually a signature. And like Ryden mentioned, in remembrance of his grandmother, who I do believe has passed, he's got Elizabeth, and then in honor of his daughter, he's got a Zuri. So some cool little features right there. We got the two pivot points on the forefoot right here for that crazy crossover to break ankles. Yeah, honestly, tech-wise, that about wraps it up. We do not have any zoom unit in the forefoot, which is definitely, you're going to be lacking in that, support. It's just not going to give you that cushioning support in the forefoot where it is in the zoom unit in the back. But because you don't have that cushioning in the front, you have really good court feel in the front. You're really low to the ground in the front, which again, this shoe is designed for Kyrie Irving, and with his quickness and crazy crossovers, he sacrificed the cushioning in the front for the feel of the court because that's his style of game. So yeah, other than that, it's just a really, whether you go with the candy apple color or the summer pack ivory, cosmetically, it's a super dope looking shoe with the spiky texture on the outside, the different textured Nike swoosh on the outside. I also have the 3M tiny swoosh on the inside right here, which is kind of an overlooked feature. And yeah, the speckled outer sole right here with the blue and white. Yeah, that about wraps this shoe up. Again, awesome price point, a lot of tech if you're gonna hoop in it. If you're not gonna hoop in it, awesome cosmetic looking shoe. The ivory super dope for that white, summer shoe. Looks great with shorts, looks great with pants. Yeah, I mean, you could rock this shoe anywhere. Again, signature on the inside. Yeah, I think that about wraps up our Kyrie 3.
Guys,
anything else?
if you like our videos, please smash that like button and subscribe to us.
Yeah, smash that like button, smash the subscribe button. More importantly, without you, we wouldn't be doing this. We would just be talking to ourselves. We need your support. Thank you for the ones who have supported us. And I think that about wraps it up. Stay tuned for our next video, and we will holler at you next time.
See you guys.